We're just having a little bit of setup. I am just setting up the thing. Should be just a few moments. Beaker here. That actually should be good. Okay, hang on. I know it's a little too wide. The problem is the game is a little too wide and or a little too tall and not enough wide. So we're having a little bit of problems with that. There we go. Alright, how much screen do we have? Oh my god, wait a minute. Boom! Hey, there we go. Hey. There we go. So, let me just mess with the audio. If I can. I don't know if I can turn the audio down. Oh, okay, so there's literally no music going on right now. That's why I was confused. The master audio is what the problem. So the audio that I'm complaining about is the sound of the game, like the ambiance. That should be fine, should it not? No, it's too silent for you guys. It's loud for me, that's the problem. Yeah. I think we're good. Hang on. Sensitivity, let's turn that all the way up so I can turn. And that is good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk a little bit about this game. I have to exit out of it for some reason. I don't know why. So this is the Stanley Parable. I know nothing about this game. I know it has something to do with, like, an office worker. That's the only thing I know about it. The reason I wanted to play it was there was a Doug video. Doug is one of my favorite content creators, and he was in one of his videos. It was one of these videos where his chat was forcing him to play this one game. It was called Barn Finders. That's besides the point. But he was talking about how like one of his friends made this game, and it had like this really crappy trailer for it. And I was like, okay, I might as well check it out. And then I saw it was on Steam, and I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, okay, you know, if I ever like on a rainy day, I might see this and I might buy it. But then I realized, hey, I have it for free on Epic. Let's just check this out. That's basically my thought process there. I'm gonna take a swig of water. But yeah, that was my thought process there. We are gonna get started in this in just a moment because I gotta change the title. I gotta edit the stream info. We working in a office. You know what? Spelling it wrong makes more sense. Stanley. The Stanley Parable. I don't know what this game is, and I'm very excited. I love all types of like indie games or adventure games, and it said it was an adventure game, so I'm very excited to see what this has in mind. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. There's nothing else to wait on. Just me. Let's begin the game. Here we go. Never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Okay. That's already disturbing. Oh boy. I never really checked if the game was gonna load. Oh boy. Okay. It's just slowly moving. That's fine. And Either I accidentally closed it or the game crashed. Just closed on me. I did not know that it would take this long to load. And that it would be super silent. So I'm going to keep talking. It's almost unloading. And there we go.
This is
oh my god. Okay, that scared the crap out of me.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
yeah, this is okay. This is the trailer I saw.
Simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
So loud, it scared the crap out of me.
Changed Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Well, that's interesting.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
What the I looked away for a minute and it's deciding to frickin' mess up. Oh my god, I'm scared.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
There we go. Yeah. The turn... I might turn mouse sensitivity just a little down, unless we have to attack anything. I don't need to be turning around that much. There we go. And it looks like the CPU and the graphics, all that is pretty good, so I'm actually pretty excited that this is not going to completely nerf my PC, but I do want to make sure that the audio is not too loud for you guys. Alright, it's not. Okay. Might actually be too low. Alrighty. Whew, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, it's Casual Friday. Where's the meeting room? Maybe this is the meeting room? To be fair, I don't know where the meeting room is.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On my left. So it'd be this one. Okay. I can't open anything, so I'm just walking through doors at the moment.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
I could use this. I could use this.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah. Present co-workers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other co-workers. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is funny. What is hot? Profits. Hey, this is all actually pretty funny. I wish I could jump. I can't really do that much around here. Synergy core value. Charts. I could... Oi! No, I want to go back in! I literally don't think I have anything to... Like, I don't have any controls. Just move. I can duck. Okay, I can duck. And that's it. Wait, I can do screenshots now in Epic? I think that's just in the game, but they just... Oh, God.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do you have to do that? What if I don't abide by the guy? What happens if I don't abide by him? I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep following his orders. Executive bathroom. Not even my boss is here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
Of
Okay,
course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. Hey, I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. 2845. Because I don't know how to open up the thing. Control.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Ah, there we go. I didn't see it there. 2, 8. I love how it's telling me.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
That's
input
hilarious.
the correct code by
I love
sheer
it.
luck. Amazing.
Yeah.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Which is where? Just opened up the door. Oh, over here. Hello. What? Oh no, I don't like I don't like this one bit. Go down. Go down! I thought this was gonna be fun. This is a horror game. This is a horror game. This is not fun. It's not a funny, like, ooh, I'm an office worker. No, this is like office worker's nightmare. I'm gonna shit myself.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Oh god, here we
It
go,
was a
here we go.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, oh my god. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's so
Stanley walked
scary.
straight ahead through
Jesus
the large door
Christ.
that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
God damn it. I'm going. I'm going. I'm
The
going.
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Stop it. I don't. Fine. Because we can always play this game again. I will follow this stupid guy's orders for now. For now. For now.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I love this so much. I love it and hate it so much. I love this like thing. Like I just love it how
The lights rose on an enormous room.
crazy
packed with
this is.
television
Whoa.
screens. What horrible secret
Oh,
did this
boy.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have
Get
the
me out of here.
strength
Get me out of
to
here. Get
find
me out of
out?
here. Like I love the aspect, I guess, of this. It's really cool, but at the same time, like it's just I don't like how haunting it is.
Now the monitors
Oh,
jumped to life,
God.
their true nature revealed. Each
Oh,
bore the
my
number
God.
of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
What the
Lives
hell?
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh my god. What the hell is this? This is crazy. What's
This
the
mind
wait? What's the number?
control
What's the number over
facility,
here?
It was too horrible.
There was
to
one that
believe
was not
it couldn't
working.
Be true.
Fire.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Whoa, like it's so bright. Alright, here we go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Maybe I gotta do like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because there's a 5 button right there. I'm gonna look over here. This game is, yeah, so it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 then. Here's 1. 1, 2. I forgot where 3 is already. Crap. 3 over here? Okay, great. 3. Then you go up. This one for 4, and then 5 was over at the back there. Can I not move? Why are we stopping? Thank you. 4 should be up here. I'm gonna go back into this. When we're done the game, I'm gonna go back into this and get to that point there, and I'm gonna just. There was also that point down on the stairs as well. Because I'm very interested to see like what could happen if I divert my route. Would I meet my horrible death, like he said? Is there a 6? Did I miss a 6? Do I have to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Or do I have to hit the red button here? Nope. Ruh-oh. Alright, I just hit all the buttons. I don't know what I did. I'm just gonna go over here and hope for the best. Yay!
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna go through this a bunch of times then, because I'm very interested. Like if... I don't know, did that just end the game? Whoa.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Well, I mean, it was already off. No.
Yes.
What?
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Exactly.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand.
I can't go back,
but
so.
to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Am I gonna get killed?
Exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
You got debated.
Are you kidding me? Salty! I am legitimately mad. I am mad right now. I am mad. Whoa. Okay, so it automatically resets. Debated, thank you for the salty. I'm just gonna say it that way from now on. So the game just officially restarted. So what just happened there was the end of the game. But there were a lot of cool moments.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The best way I can explain it is when we reach a spot where we can go into two different doors, like right here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I went... If you follow the guy's voice, he'll take you throughout the story. But if you divert the course, he'll say something weird.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See, there's something else here that I missed.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is
Stanley
actually pretty
simply
cool.
stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I drink the cold drink? It's literally just called cold drink. And then there's the meeting room.
To get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
This is so different. It's the cargo lift, and it'll move on its own.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I don't know who the hell her is.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside,
Alright.
to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, it's completely dark now. Oh, fuck. Oi! Oh!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Is it gonna... It's reset. It reset. Did it not?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right.
What the
Okay,
hell?
there we go.
What the
All right,
hell?
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
You're doomed.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm out. Oh!
Gotcha! Oh, come on.
Oh, my God.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oh, my
I'm
God.
trying to
Okay,
make a
chill
point here,
out.
Stanley.
Chill out,
I'm
asshole.
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, fuck.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
I'm about to die.
Everything
I'm
he
about to
pushes
die. I'm
is
about
a
to
reminder of the
die.
inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
Fuck
to do.
you. Fuck
Now
you.
he's pushing a button.
I can't even do anything.
He's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No. I refuse. Be nicer. Yeah, see, I gotta keep
But
pressing.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Watch
So he
TV.
began to fantasize about his own job.
Can I go into
First,
this room
he
now?
imagined that one day while at work, he
Can't
stepped
really
up
watch
from his
TV in
desk
here.
to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
What does it say? Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he
Oh
began
my
to fill it
god.
with many possible
This is
paths
about
and
to become my
destinations.
office again.
Down one path lay an enormous
No
round
way.
room
No
with
way.
monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved
So he's
in
telling
many
you the whole entire
directions.
story.
And down another was a game with a baby. And he
A kid
called
with a
it
baby.
the Stanley Parable.
Is that 8?
It was such a wonderful
Can't see the
fantasy,
keyboard, my
and
lights
so
are
in
out
his
right
head,
now.
He relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this
I feel like
free.
that's against TOS. Just
Surely
looking at
there's
the
an answer
mannequin.
down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there
Yeah,
possibly?
I knew it.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Exactly.
The longer he spends here, the
Oh
more
my god, that's
invested he
amazing.
gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Hell yeah, Vice. Thank you for the follow, Vice. Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, I gotta go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this.
It's
that in
slowly
this
sending me
world,
back
he
to my
can never
world.
be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Alright. I'll sit here for a while. Oh yeah, no problem. I forgot. I did see what you were doing. Like what you were streaming before, and I like you. You're a cool cat, and that's why I followed you. I almost deleted your message. I'm just gonna be careful. Anyway, I am not gonna type anything. I'm just gonna sit here. We can just chit chat. Will this pause the game if I go out? It kind of will, it kind of won't though. We're just gonna sit. Whoa! This game. I don't want to ban you. The game is. The chat is like making me ban you if I click on your name at all. Alright, we gotta hit. We gotta move on.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
And it's back.
How
It's.
can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Can I press another button to question
I
something?
can't. Not in the way I want him to.
Alright.
I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose.
And I can begin the
Listen,
game.
Mr.
I'll begin the
Stanley.
game again
Not so
afterwards.
different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm
Oh,
compelled
I
to.
wonder if.
I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die!
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
What the fuck? Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Okay. We're gonna try this one more time, but we're gonna go into the one at the staircase.
When When Stanley came to a
Oh,
set of
100%,
two
go
open
for it.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, go for it.
Yet there was not a single person here
Okay.
either.
We know where to
Feeling
go.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley
I wanna
decided
see
to go
what
up to
other
his boss's office.
places.
Hoping
Here
he
we go.
might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So this one I was very scared about because it was dark. I want to see what's under here,
But
though.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
Oh, am I just
doors
going?
close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh my
And for
god,
that
this is
matter,
amazing.
These rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
The
Were they
deeper
simply
I go
repeating?
into this.
No, Stanley said
Crazy.
to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float.
Oh,
above
hell
the
yeah.
ground.
Hell yeah, I'm
Then
flying.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh
And it
god,
took him.
oh
It
god.
was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about
I'm
how
just
it's
gonna keep
describing
going.
my
I'm gonna keep
thoughts,
going.
he thought. And while he thought it all
I'm gonna wait
very
until it
odd
kills me.
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
This game is like
Now,
amazing.
hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this
How do I
was a
prove that
dream.
I'm in control?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of the
Am I gonna wake up and be in the same place?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment,
Oh,
and my wife, and my job.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am okay. Great. And back. No, we're in the spot. We're in the same spot.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake
Whoa,
me up. My name
okay.
is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
I have a
Please,
boss,
can
I have an
someone tell me
office.
I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything.
Oh, that was loud. That was loud and that was funny and that was scary. Three things at the same time.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. On this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Oh my
then
God.
collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she
at
remembered
least
the
I can-
meeting she had
I can
scheduled
do
for
that.
day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Didn't call an ambulance? That was fucking hilarious. Okay. We got two more. I want to go to the...
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
I want to
What
try
did
it.
it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer
Whoa.
recall. When
So I'm gonna
Stanley
do this
came to
again,
a set
except there was a
tour,
way where I
this
could
was
go
not
into a
the correct
tunnel.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This should just continue the story, though. I don't know if it'll, like, mess up the story or anything, but...
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
You got jebaited. You
I
got
can't hear him!
jebaited. You got jebaited.
Salty! Oh, I didn't put on subtitles. Hang on, subtitles only. There we go.
from here it's, Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
There you go.
No, not the
Oh,
right.
I hate this.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh boy, what has he done?
Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right.
This was
Yep,
new.
okay,
So you gotta
okay,
follow
yes.
exactly to
I've
the
got
thing.
it now.
There's
This
no speed
story
running
is
this.
Absolutely, definitely this way.
Hello. Oh, I'm gonna get stuffed into a van. I don't like this. Hey.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Okay, close your eyes.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Close the eyes.
Okay,
Eyes closed.
Okay. We just have to go back
I've
to,
re- I've destroyed the.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from
Yes.
the beginning. And this
Yes.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
Okay. We'll do that again, but this time we'll go into the meeting room and then go back. So, what we have to
All of
do
his co-workers
is
were
we
gone.
have to go
What could it mean?
the wrong way.
Stanley decided to go to
And
the
then the
meeting
right
room.
way.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we go through the other door.
When Stanley... Wait. What?
Whoa!
No,
Oh!
no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over completely
Oh
fresh.
my God!
Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
Just open the
I'm
door.
sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh God. What is this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You gotta find... Oh! Please keep the doors open. I don't like it.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
This is amazing. It's very cool. Let's give this a go. If
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did it actually restart this time though? Because that's what I thought the first death was going to be like. Because the first death...
It's worse. It's possible the story is where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we are. What?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Oh,
No,
God.
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
The door
I
right
can't
here.
quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Hey!
Congratulations!
Hey, I
You put in
win!
a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Hell
So,
yeah.
good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
That feels
We
perfectly
both know you
fine.
didn't put in any actual work for that
I
win.
put in a lot of
Some
effort.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
I got debated when I
weirded out by
won
whatever
fair and
this
square.
place is.
I think
don't
this is
care
fair.
What might happen this time? I have to restart.
Okay. I think this might be a full reboot. Here we go. Ooh.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh my god. But I know it's right here.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. This is a completely new story then. I'm like
See?
speechless.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Alright.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Well, here's
Or
the
put
boss's
another way,
office.
is
Oh,
the story
I don't know if I can
no
go up there.
destination still
I
a
can't-
story?
I can't really go
Simply
up
by
there.
the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Oh my
I'd
god,
like to
okay.
apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Where is this
You know
line
what?
going?
I
Holy
think
shit.
What we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, I don't need the music. 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 Shut up. Turn off the music. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I can't even think. I can't think. I'm fucking. I'm screaming right now.
Music?
There,
Go
fuck.
back and look at that fern.
There.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
It won't.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It won't. It won't be important. If it's important, I fucking...
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Whoa. Well, no, it's just a new line. That didn't show up before. So this is a brand new line. That's here. Hey.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I love this. I love this so much. It's still here. Hey, the line is still here.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. Okay.
Now,
I got you throwing down.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be
Oh
anything.
god, here we go.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Door.
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh god, here
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
we go. It's like my little best friend now following me. We're just going around the halls. Oh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here,
Aye.
the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere
I'll do
in
it.
the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
What the
starting
fuck
from the
does
right,
that mean?
let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Hell yeah. Whoa.
Hmm.
Whoa.
Confusion ending. You're telling me
Look at that.
that's what this is?
Look at that.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
8 times.
That's really how all this goes?
We're on the 5th restart right
It's
now.
all determined?
Stanley
now,
attempts to
according to the
play,
schedule,
but
I
is
restart
prevented,
again.
unable
Then
to go
Am
anywhere
I
or
just
do
supposed to
anything.
forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank
Final
simply
line
because it's
again.
written here on this thing.
Narrator forgets about previous restarts.
Who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the
Oh
timer
my god.
stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
The game restarts on its own, so another restart. Find the line again.
So,
Begin following the line. Find an
Okay.
identical replica of the office that has begun to deteriorate.
I guess now we'll
Attempt
just
to make
wait.
up story
You know,
here.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're
Yeah.
in the destination or the journey.
I think we're at
But
the
they're always
6th
saying
restart.
that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have
What the fuck? Oh my
All
god.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this a full restart now? I can't tell. I can't tell.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find an answer coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss.
What was the... Okay. Next Friday, I'm gonna look into that again, because I might have had to do something after that 6th restart. But I want to see what that ending could be there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his
I forgot the number. Is it
situation.
2485 or
But his attention
2845?
was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss, Stanley, was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I love
That
it. I
kind of
love this
anxiety
so
isn't
much.
healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
God damn.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, yuck. Okay. So this is where the staircase and the elevator go. So it's the wrong elevator. That's mostly the problem. I don't think there's anything over there, but again, I am going to play this again next Friday, because this has so many different things implanted in it. But right now, what I want to do is divert to the escape path that's over.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Here.
Mind Control Facility. Although this
This one is going to be the last one that we do.
On it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm just wondering if there will be a jump scare
At
or
this
like
point,
it'll be a
Stanley
murder.
was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh my god. Whee! Ugh. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I'll take it. I'll take... Oh god! Hello.
As
Oh,
the machine whirred into motion,
it's a roller
Stanley
coaster.
was
Holy
inched
shit.
Closer and closer to his demise. It reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was a form of loss,
no.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh boy.
Farewell, Stanley. cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly
Is that
did
the
the
office?
narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Better not be the office. Whoa.
When every path you can walk has been
Whoa.
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you
The
see
two
that
doors.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Good lord. So this is the layout then. This is where we start. Then yeah, we make the turn. There's a bunch of junk there, but we just go to the two doors, and then the two doors it's like whatever then yeah, this is the button. Go 1, 2, 3. So 1. Don't know why I did that, but anyway. And this is the games of the credits. Okay, the credit of the game. Maintenance room. I want to get that confusion ending. This is awesome. Whoa. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are... I think we're going to call it here, and I think we're going to also call it for the stream in just a moment here. I'm going to probably also come back to this next Friday. Like, come back to this room so I can explore a little more. It looks awesome. Anyway. I think we're going to... Yeah, I think we'll go down that in just a moment here. Okay. This might be the end. That's... I don't like that. That scares me. Okay. That is gonna be it. That is it for Stanley Parable for at least right now. That was amazing. That honestly was a really cool game. I've had a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We will definitely come back to that in a couple of months. Or in a couple months. Next week, I think, we're deciding to do that. That was just unbelievable. How cool and, like, interconnected and all that was. We are going to be raiding in just a few moments here. I gotta find somebody to raid. Normally, I would ask you to find the thingy-mo-bobber. Thingy-mo-bobber. Normally, I'd ask you guys, if you guys have any, recommendations. But we do have to redeem the raid thing if you guys want to redeem the raid. But also at the same time, yeah, I just gotta look around. I'm gonna look at about 3 or 4 people. I think we might just raid SG and show her our emotes that we made today. It would be fun. Do Drago? Oh my god.
You got jebaited. You got jebaited.
Thank you, Salty. Thank you for the jebaited. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I thought that messed up for a second. I thought 2 debateds in a row, so I thought you did it twice in a row. I was about to, like, just end stream right now. Anyway, I was gonna save it for next week because next Friday we're gonna be doing Getting Over It. But I think we'll just raid SG tonight because we made the new emotes today. It just feels kind of awkward because she has about 93 people. Or actually, there we go. We got Chaos. Chaos is playing Among Us right now. Chaos of Dragons. We'll do Chaos of Dragons. There we go. Okay. Raid. Where's my raid tool? What the fuck? Raid channel. There we go. Okay. Chaos of Dragons? The Chaos of Dragons? Why is it not showing up? There we go. Among Us. There we go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mining 316. I've been your streamer for today. Ah! Back to back, yes. Oh my god. My eye almost popped out of its socket. Alright, I'm gonna quickly make do a mining raid. Mining raid. Or shit, no, I will do. Cause I want to use these new emotes. So we got. Okay, the raid one is not showing up on my OBS. So and that has to be included. Okay, that is fun. I can't do it through the OBS. Yay! I want to use the new emotes. So just give me a moment, and I will set that up, and then we can finally raid and call it a day.